Hello and welcome back to another First Impressions video brought to you by MMO Play. It's here taking a look at a brand new game called Evoland. This is going to be an action-adventure RPG, so I think Zelda Final Fantasy, only it's got a really cool twist. It includes the history of games, basically. Right now we started with just a little one-dimensional, well-ish world, and then eventually we can unlock different mechanics in games. You can see I already just got two-dimension, I got moving left, smoother scrolling. I mean, we're up to what, Game Boy now? We started with pre-Game Boy. I don't think it was quite Atari. I don't remember any sort of action-adventure games on Atari, although I guess E.T. was something. And remember, this is an old-school game, so that means you're gonna get one shot. Hey, we got music. Kind of a cross between Zelda and Final Fantasy, which is where a lot of the game actually comes from. And we got save points now, so we don't start from the beginning. That's always good. And we got color, so now we're probably in the NES era, maybe the original Sega Genesis? So basically at this point we're pretty much to, what, the original Zelda, so 1985. And as you find these chests, the game will just keep progressing. And not only that, the technology will progress. We got collections. So you got, what, well this game is available on Steam for, I believe, it's on sale for $9. It'll be $10 normally. So there's going to be achievements. Go back to our save point here. So for some of the younger gamers, it might be kind of cool to go back and see kind of the origins of where some of the mechanics came from. You can kind of see. For some of us older gamers, you can go back and maybe get a little nostalgic feeling going, hey, I remember, this looks a lot like games in the mid-80s. Although, by Zelda, you weren't getting one shot anymore. Oh, we got a spot we can't go through now. Oh, I got guys that are going in diagonal. That's a little complicated, especially since we can't move on a diagonal. And again, this is an old school game, so if you die, you start over from the save point. Thankfully, we've progressed that far. I actually remember the original Zelda. It's the one that came in the gold cartridge, and it was kind of a big deal that it actually had a save on there. Until then, some games had it so you could kind of remember where you are with cheat codes that you would write down the code and that would bring you back to a certain point in the game. Or you could use your Game Genie. I don't know when that came out, but there's other ways of cheating. Back then, you didn't have to buy DLC to cheat. If you wanted to do that, you just put in a code or something, or like the good old Contra code, up, down, down thing. Got a save point here, and I got another chest. See what we get now. Now we're getting to some Final Fantasy. We got a story. I have to admit, even though I'm a rather older gamer, I never played any of the Final Fantasies before 7. Sorry, I just never did. 7 was my first. I put a little bit of 8 and 10 and a lot of 11. That are got a storyline. This is so deep and rich. But really, if you thought about it, it was the first kind of series that added a real story to the game. Or at least, that did add a lot of immersion when they started putting stories in these games. Ooh, 256 color display. Are we at the SNES yet now? Just keep on finding more? Oh, signs! So now we're, what, Zelda: Link to the Past? So this is what, about 1990-ish? Free movement? Ooh, diagonals! Fancy! So you can just see, you just keep unlocking new and better mechanics, and you can, ooh. Oh, I remember these. Well, guys like these. They moved a little faster. They got a shield. If you hit him in the front, it does nothing. Some of the aspects aren't going to be truly chronological. Oh, I died, but got there. Inventory! There we go. I got... Looks like a sword, bomb, and bow and arrow. I don't have all that yet, though. Cracked rocks, that means come back here for bombs. And an overworld map. So back into the Final Fantasy style of gaming, you wander around, and you get random encounters. Random encounters will be just tactical-based fights. Ooh, turn-based battle. I wonder if I didn't hit that, but never get me. There you go, now we're in the Final Fantasy combat. No more of the Zelda style turn-based. These are obviously going to be very simplistic fights, the first ones. Really, it's not meant to be a very in-depth game. It's kind of showing an RPG with really catchy music. That also just shows the idea of... It shows a bit of game history. And the progression of the genre. How everything came about. A lot of people nowadays probably... You got a bunch of teenagers, maybe some college guys that are... College kids that are never played some of these games like this. Ooh, look at that. And I can only assume this is supposed to be a chocobo. It's a chicken with a saddle after all. Emo, I guess instead of warp. There we go. So let's go ahead and progress through the game for a little bit and just show how things keep happening. Look, we even got names now. So for anyone thinking that you're going to keep having the just nostalgia look, no, look, we're pretty much in N64 now. I got 3D graphics. This is fancy. We're getting some real realism here. A couple more years, it'll be virtual reality, right? Ooh, 16-bit music. And, oh good, no more being one-shot. Thank you. There we go. They just had to demonstrate by hitting me. So let's go a little bit farther forward and see how the game continues to progress. Alright, and there are dungeons you explore with plenty of problem solving and these... Oh, can't go through here. And I'm hearing the Zelda music in my head for dungeons. And we have Karis over here, our white mage. No foreshadowing at all intended. Breakable pots, that's important. You gotta break all the pot. Alright, remember that spot. That'll probably be something we can open later. Alright, how about the fact that the game does have boss battles? I actually forgot to record the Ghost of Kefka fight for anyone that gets that. Here we go, we got these. We got pressure plates, no redstone in these. And the game does actually make a Minecraft reference at some point. Alright, how about that boss battle? Alright, and this is a shadow... I want that ability. For the most part, you're going to keep shooting and you have to hit him into a wall. So they can just get one shot off. He's going to summon bats, you can kill those for hearts. There we go. Goes into a wall, you smack him, kill him 2 out of hearts. Pretty much the gist of the battle. A lot like the boss fights in... probably Ocarina of Time. I guess we're now... Yeah, we're definitely in N64 era. Maybe even getting close to GameCube? Alright, just a little bit more mechanics I want to show in this game. So as we're progressing, you can see the graphics are getting pretty... I wouldn't say modern, but they're definitely getting closer. The entire game progresses until I can only assume that we get to an actual modern-looking game. I'm waiting for the point where Clink pulls out his weapon and we go all COD on him. If you can check it out, it's available on Steam for $9 or $10. The content, stay tuned to more ML Play. If you're an old gamer and you want some nostalgia, this might be a really cool game.